Good morning. There she is. Okay, let's do it. It's just you and me. Yay. Okay, so we're going to use a ball. So grab your ball and we're going to use these bands. These bands for warm up and our outer hips. So get that ready and then your heavy weights. And I think you need to mute. Okay, so let's go. Take your feet to the width of the mat. Take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms as high as you can and then go up and over to the right. So you're getting a nice stretch through your waist. And then come back up and go up and over to the opposite side. Try to reach your arms as long and straight as you can. And then come back center, swan dive it down just halfway. So get your body, your upper body parallel to the floor. Crowd out the chest, keep your arms nice and long and spread your fingers wide. Now reach back up, arms go straight up to the ceiling, go up and over to the right again, and then up and over to the left. Swan dive it down. This time we're going to take the arms out to the side and try to lift them up a little higher so you feel the back of the shoulders doing the work. Now pull them forward and drift your hips backwards. Your legs are straight if possible. Now fold all the way down, let your head go so you're completely unweighting your upper body. So fingers out in front, fingertips on the floor only. Inhale to a flat back. Lower your booty into a squat. And then go back to a straight leg. And let's just repeat that 4 more times. So drop your booty, your back stays nice and long, and then come back to a straight leg. And lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. Now unweight the whole upper body again. Let the head go. So you're just looking to the back of the room. Now inhale to a flat back, reverse it all the way back up, reach your arms all the way to the ceiling, and bring your hands to heart. Step your feet hip width apart, big deep breath, and swan dive it down. We're going to walk it out to a plank. Try to keep your legs straight as you walk the hands forward to plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. And from here, just walk it all the way back with your legs straight. Inhale, unhinge, reach and lift the body tall. And do it again. Swan dive it down. Legs and arms are straight. Walk out. Bring the shoulders right over those wrists. And then start to walk it back. Reach all the way back up. And one more time. Down with a long spine till the very end of the move. Walk it out. Shoulders over wrists. Now we're going to step our feet in so our knees are under the hips. You're in bear. From here, keep the knees hovering and try to pull the heels back. It's more isometric than anything, but you're going to stretch out those Achilles and your lower calves. Hold on that spot. Now put the knees down, do some cat-cows, rounding the back, pressing away from the floor, and then sinking into the shoulders and taking your gaze forward. Do that a few more times. This is something where you just sort of go at your own pace. Hang out in a spot if it feels good. Okay, come onto the tops of your feet and sit back on your heels. And then slide the palms out. Keep your forehead off the floor. You're just going for a little lat stretch. You might also be feeling this in your shins. Now, come back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. Go to a small downward facing dog. With your heels on the floor. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive it all the way back up. Reach the arms long. And then bring them back by your side. Okay, this is still part of a warm-up. I'm going to have you take one of these small little bands, put them just by your wrists. You're going to stand tall, prod out the chest. Now create tightness in the band. Keep the arms long and reach the band up. And then come back down. Keep the band as tight as you can. And when you get to the bottom, let it go. Crowd out your chest, get really good posture. Tighten the band and back up again. We're going to do this a few more times. Go nice and slow and then back down. You're only releasing it when you get down, then you reactivate. Squeezing those shoulder blades. It's really good to straighten the arms as best as you can. Here are your last two. Release it, re-engage, make that band really tight. So you're pulling apart, reach for the ceiling, and then come all the way back down. Nice. Okay, let go of the band. We're going to start our leg workout. So we're going to start with lateral lunges. Take your weights, and instead of holding them, we're just going to rest them on our shoulders, and then you just hold the ends. We're going to turn and face the side. Take your feet pretty wide apart, but I still want you to feel stable. So let's look down at our feet and make sure we got them in the same line. You don't want to have one forward of the other. Now, keeping your face up, you're just going to slowly lower into that right leg and then come back up and slowly lower into the left and back up. Your range of motion should improve once you've done a few. So that's always your goal. And go nice and slow. You really want to pull that belly in so you brace your spine. Try to keep the weight as best as you can into the back of the foot as you lower and come back up. Really good butt exercise. That's a lot of inner thighs. And you know, think about it. We always move front to back. So these muscles can get a little lazy. Okay, we're going to do a few more. So one more on each side. And then we're just going to stay on that right side. So now we're just going up and down on the right. When you press up, I want you pushing up from the heel. Maybe take it a tiny bit faster. Keep that spine nice and long. There's no hunchbacks allowed, right? Go the other side. Left leg. Up and down. Okay, so take the weights off your shoulders into your hands. Keep your arms long. We're going to stay in this position with our legs. We're just going to have you lower those weights to the instep of the right foot and then take them to the instep of the left foot. So you're going side to side. In a few more repetitions, we're going to add in a little hammer curl. So hammer curl up the weight and then back down. So you're giving your biceps a little bit of work as you go side to side. Now adding on Hammer curl to an overhead press, and then back down. Keep that going. Hammer curl, press, and squat and lower. Make sure you're not over gripping your weight. Your spine doesn't round, right? You pull those hips back when you lower. Slow that process down if it makes it easier. Gives you an opportunity to concentrate on pushing through your heel. A couple more. Nice. Okay. Get rid of those weights. We're going to do the heaviest weight you have in your pile, single leg deadlifts. So I've got the weight in my right hand, kickstand the right foot. Left arm goes out to the side. I'm going to come all the way down, picking up that back leg, getting my weight right inside that standing leg. We're going to do 10 on this leg. Again, the back doesn't round. That back leg should be nice and straight. Same with your front. Try to really control it. So it's just 10. Should be about halfway. That leg in the back, try to get it as high as you can. Okay, immediately when you're done those 10, start on the right. So your weight's now in your left hand. Come down with control till you get the hang of it. Then maybe you can do it a little quicker. You want to look like you got everything going on. Lots of control. So working on my last two, hopefully you are as well. Whoops. Last one. Whoops. Okay. So we're going to keep this weight. We're going to do a kneeling single arm shoulder press. So because we're down on the floor, maybe grab a towel to make it a little cushier for your knee. So I'm going to put that under my right knee. My left leg is out in front, it's bent. So I've got my toes tucked under in the back so I feel stable. Pick this weight up and then just go up and down. So by doing a kneeling press, you're not really using any momentum from your lower body. You can have your elbow going out to the side or in, or maybe one of each, whatever you feel comfortable with. You want to have a weight that's heavy enough that maybe around 10 or 12 repetitions, you're like, oh my goodness, how many more can we do here? So that's done for me. Now I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to fold my towel under that left knee. Get your right leg out in front. Here we go with the left arm. Nice and smooth. Keep your chin up, you're looking straight forward. Okay. We're going to give our arms and grip a break. Time to get your ball. So if you don't have a ball, Susan, when you do this class later, and maybe Anne, you just do a bridge. You walk your heels out and then you walk them back in. So for those of us with a ball, feet on the ball, and I want the ball really close to your butt. So we're going to start out with 10 butt raises. So if you're in a bridge, you're going up and down slowly, pressing through your heels that are as close to your butt as possible. On the ball, keep that ball close to your butt as you lift up and down 10 times. Make sure your knees don't splay out. Keep them close. Your feet are hip width apart, maybe even closer. Going straight up with those hips. Keep the ball close to that butt. Don't let it roll out. Okay, once you've done 10, roll it back up and then let the legs come straight. So go to a straight leg. Now, as you pull in, you got to lift the hips up at the same time. Then lower the butt to the floor, lift it up, extend out, pull in, lift, and then lower. Do that 8 more times. Make sure you're getting the ball all the way in and you're not using any momentum, just muscle. Keep that butt up. So I've got 2 more to go. Hopefully you're going nice and slow, getting it right. Last one. Okay, how fun was that? Put the ball aside. Extend your legs out straight. We're just going to release these hamstrings by folding forward. Keep the feet flexed. And just sort of hang out here for a little reprieve. Next, coming up, the band, the toughest band that you have. Let's get it around our ankles. So now we're working our outer hips. Just above the ankles, you're going to lie down, straighten the legs. Now move them forward a bit so you feel the tugging. Your 6-pack muscle engaged to brace your spine. Once you got that going on, open up as wide as you can and come in slowly. So you're resisting pulling back in. The only thing to pay attention to on the way out is getting the feet as far apart as you can. So you got to make each one of these special. We have 10 more to go. And if the feet have a tendency to come in, just move them back out. Control it. Okay, on this last one, let's hold it out and pulse it out an inch, in an inch. Move your feet a little more forward so you're working your belly. Hold it out, just hold. Try to get your feet a little wider. And then bring it in. Oh, get rid of the band. Now we're going to do some presses. Lying down, chest work. So I like to start out with the heaviest weights that you have, because you always have the option to change. So grab your heavy ones, come on down, bend your legs, your butt's on the floor, but give me that little pelvic tilt so you feel the low back, and then press up and down with your weights. Back of the arms are coming down to the floor, and you squeeze the chest as you press back up. And more. Keep that low back pressing down. You really want to drive your belly towards the floor. Now for the last 5, see if you can go just a little bit quicker on the way up. Keep it nice and slow going down. Okay, let's put one of these weights down and then hold the other heavy one on both ends. So you're holding it on both ends. You start with it right over the chest. Your arms are long. Take it back for a lat pull. Now try to keep your ribs down. So gradually begin to increase the range of motion once you're sure you got the form right. So that means long arms, belly down, ribs low, everything is pressing into the floor. You can do 10 more. Make sure when you pull it forward, you take it as far forward as you can. You got to keep those arms nice and straight. Okay, so I'm working on my last 4. Then I'm going to grab my ball again. We're going to work our inner thighs. So whether you use a ball or a Pilates ring, it's all good. Maybe a pillow, whatever you have. Last lat pull here. Okay, now put that weight down. Find your ball. And let's get busy. Let's get these inner thighs working. So you're lying down, your legs are bent. Squeeze in and release. Now when you squeeze in, get that low back on the floor. Keep it there. Take this opportunity to work your tummy muscles as well. Like, why not, right? You can have your feet flat on the floor, or you can be on your heels. Doesn't really matter. I've got mine down. Really focus on a big squeeze. And it's okay not to have any momentum. So when I release the ball, I kind of release the muscle and then reactivate. We're going to transition this. We have about 8 more squeezes, and then we're going to do some ab work. And then come back to the single leg deadlifts again, because they're so fun. Well, then when we do those, we're going to switch hands with the weights, which really challenges your balance even more. Okay, so here's my last squeeze. I'm going to hold it in. Just hold. 5, squeeze harder. 4, 3. You feel shaking, that's awesome. 2, and release it. Okay, keep the ball between your legs and just pick your feet up off the floor. So your knees are pulling towards your chest. Maybe the ball has hit your stomach, and that's okay. Now, try to roll the pelvis up and then put the feet back down on the floor. Keep your belly in, bring the ball in, and then take it back out. So what you want to be mindful of is that the belly does not bulge. You got to pull it down. And just keep rocking that ball forward till your feet hit the floor and back into the chest. Little pelvic tilt when the ball comes into the chest. So you get the lower abdominals working. Little squeeze there. And why not keep working your inner thighs? So squeeze the knees into the ball, as opposed to just holding the ball so it doesn't fall. You have 5 more. Okay, that's enough for the inner thighs and belly. Put that off to the side. Ooh, I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. We're going to come back up. So you're standing up. You've got one of your heaviest weights in your hand. So we're going to start holding it in the left hand, but working your right leg. So come on down. The back leg comes up. It's nice and long. So no bend in that back leg. Come back. Give me a hammer curl to a press, and then back to the single leg deadlift. Hammer curl to a press, and down. So this is whatever pace you're comfortable with, where you can keep it smooth and maintain your balance. Whoa, not like that. I gotta really focus. That's what I love about balance work. You can't let your mind wander, because your balance will wander too. So you gotta be present in what you're doing, which is awesome. Okay, we're doing 4 more here. Okay, now we're going to switch hands, switch legs, get started right away. Come on down, curl to a press. You can do a hammer curl or a bicep curl, whatever you like, where you switch it up. Doing one leg at a time is fabulous because we have a tendency to have a dominant side. So this way, the dominant leg can't take over. So that's good. 5 more. Okay, I think I have 1 more. Why not? These are so awesome. Okay, give me just 5. And if you're not holding super heavy, find super heavy and give me 5 curls. Then once you've done 5, switch sides. 5 on this side. Really good posture is important. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come on down. Put that weight off to the side. We're going to do some Pilates sit-ups. We're going to hold our hands crossed. So you've got them out in front. Now, you always, if you get tired, you can extend them forward, but try and see how you do keeping them here. C-curve that spine, come on down nice and slow. As soon as the head hits the floor, lift it back up and roll it back up with the belly in. Roll forward, keep the spine rounding, take it all the way back down again. Just till the head hits, and then come back up. So we're doing these a lot faster coming up than we are going down. So I want you to really resist it. Slow it down. We have 3 more. Try not to use any momentum here. If you need help, it's all about the arms coming forward. Okay. Sitting up tall, you've got your heels in the corners. You're going to just take your hands a little bit behind you, lift that right leg up and over 10 times. Getting it as high as you can. Doesn't need to be quick. You want to make a concerted effort to stay really tight through the belly and don't round the lower back. Oh, and if you need to stop and shake it out, go for it. A lot of work for your hip flexors and your quads. When you're done 10, start the other side. Keep your foot flexed and try to get good height, keeping that belly in. Ooh, 2 more. Okay, losing all my height there. Shake it out. Come on down, pull those knees up and into the chest. You have a little reprieve here. We're going to do some 90-90s because it's really good for our hips. But just circle out the knees a little bit, change the direction. Let's take the legs straight, open them up so you get a nice little stretch through your inner thighs. And then close them and do it again. Open and close. Bring those knees back in, rock and roll up again. And let's get into that 90-90. So I like to use a towel. So what I do is I move all the way over to the right side of my mat. Get my front leg in that 90 degree. So knee and hip, knee and ankle. Same with the back leg. Make sure your knee is lined up with the hip. So all the way down with the torso, nice and long, and back up. Come down, come back up. Now this time when you come up, lift your heel in the back. Lift it up, lower it, and then come back down again. Lift it up and lower. And let's just do that a few more times. Okay, so now lift the hands off the floor and just move your knees to face the other way. And start your up and down. Lift that back heel. Each time you come up. Okay, hands off the floor, take those knees back forward. And now we're just gonna go side to side. Try not to use your hands, there's certainly an option if you need it, but just try. Whoops, try to stay on your mat as you flip those knees side to side. Okay, enough of that. Let's do some cat-cows and then we're gonna stretch and say goodbye. So get up onto all fours, right into that cat-cow position. We're gonna hold the cat, so get the back arching quite a bit and just hold there for a second. Drive the hips back a little bit so you feel more of a tug through the lower back. And now bring the hips forward, sink into those shoulders, take your gaze up. Coccyx bone rotates up towards the ceiling. Flip it around again. Draw the hips back. And then reverse it. Last one. Okay, kick those feet out to the side, have a seat on your butt, you're lying all the way down. We're gonna cross the right knee over the left. We're gonna bring our knees into the chest. Flex your feet. Grab the outsides of each feet and then pull them in towards you. Each foot, I should say. Pull the knees in towards you. So you're getting this stretch down that right hip. Should feel really good. Okay, uncross. So now your left knee is going to go over the right knee. Draw them in towards you. Find the outsides of your feet. And use your arms to pull your feet towards you. Once you feel that nice little tug outside of that left leg, just hold on that and breathe. Okay, uncross. Put your feet down on the floor. Small bend in the legs. Right knee over left. Guide your knees down towards the right. Take the left arm out at a 45-degree angle from the body. Hold this nice side body stretch. Play around with the angle of the arm. Maybe now you move it straight backwards. So you're getting your lats. Now bring that arm up, uncross the knees, bring the legs up, and let's go over to the other side. So left knee over right. Not a big bend in the legs, remember. Take those knees towards the left side and let's use that right arm at a 45-degree angle. Getting that nice release right over your hip. Okay, switch up that arm angle, take it right back, straight back, spread your fingers wide. Keep reaching, the arm should be really active. Okay, bring the arm back, uncross the legs. Let's pull them up and into the chest. Give our lower back a little massage with a circle of the knees. Change your direction. Now, bring your arms inside the legs. Take hold of the outside. We're going to happy baby. So the heels face up towards the ceiling. Keep your lower back on the floor. And just add a gentle rock side to side. So now you're using your arms to pull the knees closer to the floor. So again, a very active stretch. Okay, legs up to the ceiling. Your arms are on the floor by your side. Your legs are straight. Keep the belly down and your rib cage. Brace your spine by actively moving the tummy towards the earth. Keep the legs locked out straight and slowly lower that right leg, pushing the heel out and then bring it back up. This is your transverse abdominis muscles working and a little bit of the hip flexor. Go nice and slow, back up. Now, take the right leg down. And this time as you bring it up, you're going to lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Take your left hand to the right foot and then lower back down the leg, lower back down the shoulder blades. Come back up, do that nice little crunch again and back down. And do it one more time. And now when that leg comes up, switch legs. Lower the left. And when it comes up, find that left foot with the right hand by lifting the shoulder blades up. You're really sort of coming into a nice little twisted crunch. So you've got some rotation, right shoulder's higher than the left. As you reach for the foot, nice. Now put the head down, relax your neck. You're going to bend the legs, keep your feet flexed. So you've got your heels at the height of the knees. Now move your feet towards the front of your room until you feel a big activation of the belly. And then keep the low back on the floor. Slowly hover the left heel, bring it to where you started, and then the right. So this activation is held the entire time. You're switching sides and you're going slow and the back is down. Keep pulling it in. You have 4 more. And if it's easy for you, you move your knees further out. Okay, draw the knees in. Back to that nice little circle. Little low back massage. Change your direction. Okay, put the feet on the floor with your legs bent. Your feet are hip width. You're just going to let the knees go to the right. Once they've fallen to the right, try to actively take that left knee towards the floor. Now take your left arm, reach it all the way back behind you. Stretching out that muscle we just used. And then come back up with your knees and take them down to the opposite side. Actively lowering the right knee even further. Right arm straight back. Big long reach of the arm. Really try to lower that right knee. Okay, bring the arm in, bring the knees in, into the chest. One last time. Rock and roll onto the feet. Come all the way up on the toes. And now meet me in a forward fold. So you just let your head go, look through your knees. And then inhale, unhinge, reach the body all the way back up. And you are done. Woohoo! Good job, Val.